welcome to Goldstone. I'm here with Karlee Smart, one of my top agents. I just wanted to, we're gonna talk a little bit, but before we begin, I just want to remind you that we are here in a busy office, so if you hear any background noise, excuse us, but we are working, which is a good thing, right?
Yes. Agents are always in and out of the office, which is nice.
Yes. So Karlee came to me a little over a year ago, right?
I think we're going on 2 years this year.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I know.
Like in September?
Yep.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Give or take.
A year and a half. It's been actually really fun to have you with me, and I love your passion about so many different pieces of who you are, not only as an agent, but also in real life and your whole family life. So tell us a little bit about you.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, Carrie. I really am excited to be here. And first of all, I am so happy to be a part of the Goldstone family, and I can't believe it's going to be 2 years this year. So a little bit about me. I was a teacher for over 15 years in the classroom, and then I made the leap of faith into myself and got my license. It'll be 5 years this year, which for me, again, like it's crazy how fast it's all going.
Yeah.
But I have married to a U.S. Navy veteran husband who served in 3 combat tours, and I have 2 beautiful children with him. So we live in Monmouth County, and I've been born and raised and pretty much stayed in Monmouth County my whole life.
So I thank you for sharing that, because I feel like that is a big part of who you are, right? And I think a deeper connection for me and you, not even just the mom thing, but also having the military family background, which thank you for his service and for yours, because wives definitely do the time just as much as they do. So I wanted to actually kind of dive, and since you brought it up, let's dive a little bit into one of the projects that you're doing, because I am so excited about this project for the whole company and what this is going to do. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, so a little background. I'm also in pageantry, and my platform it's called Silent Patriots, and I work with organizations that provide holistic health and well-being for military veterans, but also their families, because like Carrie just said, it's not just the veteran and the military member that could use some help, it's the spouse, the caregiver, and their children.
1000%.
So what's really exciting is I'm able to connect and work with different organizations that do just that, provide aid and assistance. And recently, and I'm so excited about this, Carrie and I partnered up with Bridge the Gap. And they're an organization that do just that, bridge the gap from service to civilian life. When you're leaving the military and you're acclimating into civilian life, and what Mike and Bridge the Gap does is help give these tools to our veterans, or soon-to-be veterans.
You know, I think when we first met with Mike and when we kind of sat down and talked about this, you know, I guess it just kind of really opened my eyes to the idea. It was crazy, because I was talking with my husband and I said, the idea that they leave at such a young age, right? Usually like out of high school, going into college, right? And then they don't really have like life experience. And then they're like shoved into big time adult reality, right? And then they come back, and then it's like, okay, now where do I start? What do I do? And so like, I'm so excited about that whole thing, just to kind of help and give some teaching and coaching position. But I really thank you for bringing that to me. So one of the things that I think that Karlee and I emulate each other is our passion to give back. It's a huge piece of who I am and what I believe has made me be able to be successful in so many different organizations, but one being with the veterans. My father was in the Army, both uncles, both of my grandparents, we've had just a big position of military in my life, so I really am excited about that. So talk to me about some of the other passions that make up Karlee Smart.
Okay, so Carrie actually gave me the honor of being the ambassador for community affairs here at Goldstone, and I'm also the vice president or the vice chair of the PR committee with the Realtors Association. So I'm really active in getting out into the community. And through these different platforms, I worked with organizations like Clean Ocean Action and helping get not only our office, but the other offices all throughout Monmouth and Ocean County to be a part of it. So whether it's the beach sweep or we raise money for different charities, it's really part of my life to give back. And not only do I want to emulate that, for everyone else, but I want my children to see, you can work really hard, but you also should be giving back to your community.
Oh my gosh, I think that is beyond important. I think that's something that, as a mother, I made sure was instilled into both of my children. There's something about when you watch them give back. Like they have so much, right? And then you watch them give back to others, and it just changes the platform of who your children end up being, to be honest.
Yeah. And I think it's really important for them to see the work ethic that you have, but also it's okay to have ups and downs with anything that you have a career in. And for me, I was in the classroom for so long, and while it gave me joy for a very long time, I realized it was no longer sparking that passion that I once had. And it's okay to have that transition to something else.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's really important for them to see that.
Yeah.
It's okay to have those.
And to be honest, I think that part of you still is the teacher, right? And I think that we've been trying to let that voice be heard, and I'm excited for that. So I want to kind of just switch gears for a second with you. You came over to me, right, with some years in real estate already, and you were kind of just, talk to me about your feeling when you had first come to because I don't want to use my words, I want you to use yours.
So I had a little journey before I found Carrie. I started at a small firm and then went to a big firm, and at that time I was still in the classroom, so I was kind of balancing both careers. And then I transitioned fully into, being an agent, but I was given some really great opportunities and trainings. I was the company trainer for over 20 offices. I was being trained to be a manager for my office, but what was happening was I was putting all these wonderful opportunities ahead of what I really was trying to do, and that was grow my own business. So when I met Carrie, I really just was attracted to everything that not only you had to offer, but what Goldstone had to offer. And I always wear beads and crystals, and I'm wearing my Goldstone today because it does emulate.
I don't have mine on.
It does emulate the stone itself. I'm very holistic, and anyone who knows me, I'm very I eat clean. I'm very crunchy. I have organic makeup on. So everything that you had to offer just was exactly what I needed to grow my business.
Yeah.
And I started, having those conversations with Carrie, and it took me a little while because I had some things that I needed to button up. But when I finally came over, within a year, I tripled my business. Last year.
Wait a minute, can we just stop there for 1 second, right? I mean, that's extraordinary. Say that again, please.
I tripled my business.
Yay! That just makes me so happy to hear that piece. I mean, when you bring in somebody, and here at Goldstone, just having the focus of coaching, and to watch somebody, it's just extraordinary.
I have standing appointments with Carrie every week. So she's like, everyone needs to make appointments. I'm like, I'm already having them.
Yeah.
But, so with Carrie and her coaching literally every week, I have my journal, I have my planner, I write it all out. That's I'm old school in that. I firmly believe in writing everything out. I have daily goals, affirmations. But through her guidance, I, not only, like I said, tripled my business, but I hit Circle of Excellence last year. I'm on track to do it again this year. So I'm really striving to continue to grow my own brand. And then coupling with all the amazing things that we're working on, I'm like, holy guacamole.
I feel like if I could have videotaped you when you first came over to today and shown it back to you, the different person that actually, not that you weren't extraordinary before, but there is this calmness in you, which is really fun to watch this whole thing develop. And I just kind of wait for the intensity of the project that you're working on and that we're working together on to unfold. And and we'll be bringing all of that information and all of that success to you guys. So yeah, it is super exciting. So one of the things, again, you know me, I'm always switching gears. So what would you want your clients, your real estate clients, to know about you, to do business with you? What's a message you might want to give to them?
So my current clients already know the teacher side of me. I'm very organized. I plan. I want to educate my clients and bring them to the next level. And the next level could be investing in a real estate portfolio. It could be growing a business location. It could be selling properties or being a first-time home buyer. So it's different for everyone.
And I think that you really tapped into that whole like creating business opportunities, because you did get a lot into the commercial position in the last year and a half, which was really exciting to kind of just oversee and help you develop that. And now I would say that that probably makes up almost a third of your business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's nice. It's multifaceted because I want like new clients to just see that that's my goal. I'm here to educate you. What is the best opportunity for you? What is the best decision for you? I can't make that for you.
Yeah.
But I can give you all the tools to help you make that decision. So for example, I actually have a client, a former student of mine, and they're first-time home buyers. So my goal is to make sure that they're
that's awesome.
Yeah, that they're educated in their choice.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm like, all right, make your pros and cons list. What do you love? What do you not like? What do we need to do here? What do we need to do there? And then
how exciting. So wait a second. So what grade were you teaching them in?
I was a high school teacher. So, or at my last 11 years I was in high school, so I taught all grades from 9 through 12. So I taught regular history, honors history, advanced placement history. I created curriculums for leadership, fashion marketing, fashion merchandising. The list goes on. I started a whole fashion program. So I've had children at all different
That's
phases.
such an exciting thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I literally just ran into another student. I'm seeing my kids all over the place. It's really weird now.
Yeah, because you could be now out
was
at
at
a bar and they're having a drink next to you.
The shoe store, and I ran into a student, and I was like,
Oh, there you go. Working or just buying shoes?
Just buying shoes.
All right.
Yeah.
I like buying shoes.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
buying shoes. Anyone who knows me, it's a little bit
too.
So, I mean, we talked a lot about a lot of different things for you. And so where do you see your business growing this year?
So I want to continue hitting my goals, and my goals are just to, I always want to hit Circle of Excellence. That's just, it's not that it's the designation, it's that I know that I'm working and I'm working hard.
Yeah.
I'm being, from my experience, my last position and my last career, I will never kill myself in a job and a career. My mental health is way more important than a dollar sign. So
true.
As long as I can continue growing, and I don't want to say exponentially, I'm not trying to be the number one agent. I'm not trying to be in the top 1% of the MLS. I just want to be happy, healthy, and always have that consistency coming through.
And that's what I think I really try and help you guys see, is that success is yours. It's not something, I don't want you to measure it against other people. I do think that the Circle of Excellence, just keeping focused on a potential goal, it's easier to drive yourself when there's something to be reached.
Yeah.
And it's not about the quote unquote, it doesn't have to be about, right, the quote unquote, plaque or whatever. Some people are driven for that, and that's amazing, but some people aren't. But when we have something that is obtainable and can be reached, and we know we only need 3 more or 4 more, it just gets us there easier.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just a mind melt for people. So I think that, for you, I think that we've really been attaching that just little momentums and getting you into those, so that it's exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's really about consistency for me. I'm always looking to have a transaction every month, and that I want to have that consistent pay, the consistent income. And that's like the one thing that Carrie does with coaching, not even through the one-on-one coaching, but with her different classes that we've had here at Goldstone, the elite class. I come from every 2 weeks of a pay period for my whole life. So having that, now all of a sudden I'm free, but you still have to budget. You need to do all these things. Those are skills that I don't have. So I'm learning all of them, but as long as I have that consistency, that I'm always having something going on in my pipeline, and that's something that you and I've worked on, then I know I'm striving for success. I'm hitting those goals. And Circle of Excellence, it just is a number, and that to me just shows that I've been consistently working.
Right, and I think that that's what it is. It's just destination that helps you if you have a place to go, right? Like just if you're exactly like if you were traveling. If you don't know exactly where you're going, you're gonna randomly get lost, and which sometimes is good, but not when it comes down to income.
Yeah, maybe
right?
when I was in college.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. I could get lost today though. I could just get in the car and go drive. But when we're looking at income and when we're talking about taking care of our families and when we're that's the biggest thing that I will tell you in my years of coaching. Agents don't know what to do during the day. And I think that when we write out those beautiful plans and you know exactly what you have, what are your projects this week, what do you need to focus on, how many units do you actually need, all of those little things, and when we break them down into small little pieces, the number one thing, even the top agents, to get them to go from one level to another level, it's about writing down the plan and actually executing on that. Because we run all over the place, right? We're constantly at mercy of our clients and running to show houses and going to a home, home inspection or appraisal or whatever, and we're being pulled in a million different directions. When you have that clear and present plan and you know exactly what you need to execute on, your day feels very different.
One thing that you and I worked on is I would always say I don't have the time. But once I created a whole planner, and it delves into every aspect of my day. Mm-hmm. And that way I can track, well, first of all, that way I can plan what I have going on, but then I can actually track what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I can see, okay, well, am I doing money-making activities, or I'm really just pretending I'm working activities? Yeah. And once I have that clear vision, I then can, pull in, okay, well, I know I can fit clients here, but I also do have time blocks where I know, like, I'm not going to allow a client to make that change. I have networking events, I have things like that because I'm scared to make phone calls and I won't ever do it, and I can't get over that hurdle, okay. But it is what it is.
It's okay.
So that's where the networking comes into play. So like when I know I have a networking event, I'm not going to do showings. I'm going to make sure I build my clients around that.
I want to base off of that voice that you just had. One of the things that, I have a lot of agents that will come in. Some of them are great at making calls. The guys that I have here, they're like making calls all day long, and that's fantastic. I've got other people that do different things. But real estate isn't just about making calls, and it actually becomes the hindrance that agents will allow their business to stop. Yep. Because they're like, oh, well, I can't make calls, so I'm not going to be successful. Yeah. And I'm going to tell all of you, you can be successful without making calls all day long. I have some agents that are closing 40, 50 deals a year, and they pay not one penny in marketing costs. I have some agents that make calls all day and they're closing 3 to 4 deals a month. It's about finding who you are in this business and what you need to do to make yourself, like we said, to find your success and to make your work-life balance very important.
And it's funny because put me in front of a group of people, I have no problem talking. So I'm really excited about all these different things that I'm planning, the networking, and even I have no problem knocking on a door. Mm-hmm. Go figure. But that's, you have to figure out what's right for you in your business, but consistency is the key.
Yeah, 1,000%, absolutely. So we're going to wrap up. I'm going to ask you, is there any question? You have my full and undivided attention right now.
So many questions.
Is there anything that you would want to ask me?
So I get this question a lot, and it's about, why are you doing both residential and commercial? And what would you say to someone that they don't necessarily have to specialize in one versus the other, and they could potentially do both? What advice would you give to that?
So I'll first preference that I did both. I'll tell you a little bit about me. So I had an amazing mentor in my life that led me into the commercial world. It was a very unexpected person. He was a very high-end buyer of mine. And as we got to know each other a little bit more, he then started really training me. He was an unbelievable man who bought and sold a lot of multifamilies. And as we started growing in our relationship together, he taught me everything about multifamily, about commercial, about cap rates. So what advice would I give? If the door opens, walk through it if you want to. But you need to have somebody that's willing to help teach you about those pieces. And so, that's why here at Goldstone, I let you guys be and develop yourselves as you want. I'm here to teach you. I've done everything from industrial to land development to small mixed uses to resident, rentals, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I don't think any of us all know everything about real estate. I'm still learning, which I absolutely love. After 30 years, and I think that that's what the beauty of this business is. It's forever changing in who you are and what you want to develop yourself to be. But I say that, a lot of people shy away from the commercial because they don't have a mentor that can help them, and they don't feel confident in going into that world. Go for it. And I love that you have developed yourself into that and have helped your own personal clients and people that you know and friends of yours actually build a career. Like in commercial, you take it from, not only are you helping them buy a house, which is their home and their life, but then you can help them build their own career. Yeah, that's crazy.
I've put one of my closest friends in a brick and mortar on Cookman Avenue in Asbury Park. Like, I'm so excited for that because now she's fulfilling her dream,
and you become part of her dream and just the catapulted piece to help her be safe and secure on what decision she was making and the place that she was, it's pretty cool to be a part of all of that little moments of people's lives, beyond just purchasing a home.
Yeah. Like little glimmers for everyone.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today, and thank you, Karlee, for being part of my journey.
And thank you for bringing me to Goldstone.
Yes.
I'm so happy. You definitely need to come in and hang out with us.
Yes, you can come see us anytime. But thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you the next time.